Oh, hey, how's it going? Well, I wasn't expecting you to be here right now, but I'm glad you are. So you see, today we're going to talk about a guy named Omri, and he was the 16th king of Israel. Except there isn't much to say about him. Like, very little is said about King Omri, but with those little things, he did something massively difficult. So with Omri, he was a bad king. Like, he did some good for Israel in some sense because he expanded the northern part of Israel. He conquered a northern part of Israel. He moved the capital to Samaria, where he eventually died. But there's a lot that can be said about Omri that's not good. So if you can find it, like in your Bibles, you can find in First Kings chapter 16, it says it says that Omri did what was evil in the Lord's sight, even more than any other kings before him. That's insane. Like, Omri was bad. Bad, bad, bad. Even though he did a lot of good for Israel, he did a lot of bad things in the eyes of God. The reason why he did those bad things, or why the Lord thought he was bad, was because he followed the example of Jeroboam. And those sins that Jeroboam created, Omri adapted them to his kingdom of Israel. And that's terrible because they had the people of Israel worship pagans, they worship idols, they worshiped all kinds of things that they weren't supposed to. And that really kind of triggered God, if you will. Oh, by the way, this is a picture of Mr. Omri right here, King Omri. He did a lot of things that were bad, and it angered God in many ways. But we can learn something from it. We can learn a lot from it. Like, as the passage said, like, God was angry at Omri for what he did because Omri didn't seek the wisdom of God. He didn't seek out God's wisdom. Instead, he just followed in the footsteps of some other bad kings. Other bad kings who did some other terrible things that didn't grow Israel in any way. So what we can learn is that we just have to follow God. We just have to follow in those footsteps and ask God for guidance and for help. And if we're going to be leaders, if we're going to be officers in the Salvation Army, we need to be filled with God in order that we can fill others. Much like Omri didn't fill his Israel people with good, we, in the opposite end, need to fill our people with the goodness of God. And you think he's bad, just wait till you see his son.